Alright, welcome back to another episode of Film Friday, which I'm actually filming on a Saturday for reasons. But anyway, today's movie that we'll be talking about is this beautiful, fantastic, which I think just came out a couple years ago. I liked the film. I thought it was pretty cute and everything, but I didn't really like how it portrayed OCD in the main character. If you're not familiar with the film, I'll just give you a brief summary. The film is about this girl named Bella who lives near London, and one day she gets a surprise visit from an inspector who comes to survey the property. So when he looks on the inside of the house, it's perfectly immaculate because Bella has some kind of OCD. So there's not a speck of dust or a scuff mark anywhere in the house. And she has bubble wrap taped on the inside of the windows with just a tiny hole cut out so she can see out of them. So he's really impressed with the inside of the house, but when he goes out to the back garden, it's really overgrown and it's pretty much a jungle out there because something about her OCD just makes her afraid to go out there. So for the whole time that she's been living there, she hasn't gone out there to maintain it and is basically just letting it grow wild. And now it's gotten to the point where it's a hazard because it's so overgrown. So the inspector tells her that she's got a month to get everything under control or she's gonna be kicked out. So the whole movie just follows her on this month of trying to clean up her garden and make it look nice while befriending her grumpy neighbor, and there's a romance subplot which, like I said, is pretty cute and I did like it. I just don't think that her OCD was very relatable or realistic for most people who do have OCD. Because at first it is a barrier since we know that her OCD was keeping her from going outside and pulling weeds or trimming the hedges or just that kind of thing. So the first time she goes out there, she goes out in like a whole hazmat outfit with a beekeeper hat and netting, so she's not exposed at all to anything that's in her garden. But that's really just the first time that she goes out. For the next few weeks, I don't really feel like her OCD was much of a problem for going outside. And she doesn't really have OCD in any areas of her life anymore. Like in this one scene, she's hiding in her room because this guy she liked was with another girl and she's upset about it. And her friend tells her that he's gonna eat some toast or something over her carpet without a plate, and he does this thinking that it'll make her to come out of her room. But she is so heartbroken that she just ignores it and nothing happens. And in this other scene, she completely leaves her house with the door still open, even though in the beginning we've seen her check several times to make sure it was locked. What I don't like about how OCD was portrayed in this character, it sort of perpetuates this belief that if you love something or care about something enough, then it'll sort of like snap you out of your anxiety issues. I don't really feel is very realistic, at least not in this time frame, because it was only about a month for her to go from where she was before to basically you couldn't recognize any OCD patterns in her anymore. And this idea is shown to us a lot where you probably wouldn't get out of your anxiety unless someone or something comes along that you feel really passionate about. And I see this trope a lot in movies where some guy or girl will be like really shy and have anxiety issues and stuff. And then just like this manic pixie dream girl or manic pixie dream boy kind of character will just show up and teach them how to live life, and they just sort of get over their anxieties without going through much struggle. In this movie, it's the combination of her meeting this guy and also making her garden really beautiful and livable that is what snaps her out of her OCD problems. Which again, I don't think is very realistic, and especially since it only happened in a few weeks. Normally, getting over an anxiety problem would take several months or even years to do. It wouldn't just happen that quickly. And especially because it was things that happened to her that made her stop her OCD. It wasn't her actively trying to work on it, which I think is probably the most unrealistic part of it. So that was today's Film Friday. I'll have one again in another week, but hopefully I'll release another video before then so you won't have to wait that long.